I'm gonna change the oil on my wife's 2021 Volkswagen Tiguan. The easiest car I've ever changed the oil on. And that includes old Chevy trucks, Subarus, Toyotas, old, new, mid-aged, whatever. This is a modern Volkswagen and it's the easiest oil change I've ever done. Here we go. First things first, gonna not exactly warm it up, but start it and get the juices flowing if my key will work. The battery's always dying on this thing. There we go. Oil change service and inspection due. I am at 91,158. I will say a pet peeve of mine with Volkswagen is if you have the cruise on, you cannot see the odometer, you can just see the tripometer, which I don't know, I'm just kind of weird. I like to see the odometer. You can see my temperature gauge is not flat on cold. Oil's been pumping for a second. That's good enough for me. So I got the hood up. We're gonna go underneath the vehicle. I haven't even jacked it up. And I've got a big flathead screwdriver and a oil drain pan. So that is the oil drain, and it comes out with, let me get back here just a little further, a big flathead screwdriver, which I know seems weird, but that's what it is. I need to position my drain pan a little better, which is going to mess up the camera for sure. But something's got to give. It would probably be easier if I jacked it up a little, but I'm lazy. Okay. Let's see if we can do this without making a mess. There we go. Easy as that. Okay. While that is draining, we will come top side, and that'll help it drain a little quicker. And the oil filter is right there. So we just need to take this plastic cover off. Just kind of pop it up in front and back. We have direct access to the oil filter housing, which this takes a just a paper, an element that you put inside that housing. So I'm gonna wait for the oil to drain before I take this off, so I can put the oil pan underneath this area. As I recall, I don't think really anything comes out of there because it drains out of the bottom of the filter, and it's pretty clean exit on the filter. But I'd rather be safe than sorry and have the pan underneath there. While the filter is draining, look at our goodies. Got Mobil 1 high mileage. This car has 90,000 on it. Doesn't matter what kind of oil you use. Synthetics the best. Brand, don't know. But changing your oil is the most important thing. We've got the paper element. This is from Amazon. It's a German-made filter. I have a German-made car. But whatever filter you put on there is fine. Put a new filter on and it's better than the old filter. I bought a cabin air filter. Don't know that I've ever replaced it, and it's 4 years old with 90,000 miles. So we'll check the cabin air filter, and I got the engine air filter. Again, don't know that I've ever replaced it. So thought now might be the time. It's going to take more oil than 5 quarts. I think it takes 5.8. I do have some more of the same oil for my daughter's Honda, which doesn't take 5 quarts. So hopefully with 2 of these, I can do 2 oil changes, one on the Volkswagen and one on the Honda. I forgot to mention, my favorite oil drain pan is really just the kitty litter box. And then I transfer it to, another jug, milk jug. I have chlorine bottles for my pool, so I use those. Anything that you can put a lid on, and it's going to be better than those, the stuff you can get from auto parts store that's made for that, because they just always end up a mess and they leak. So this kitty litter box just catches all the oil and then transfer it to something like, I've got these chlorine jugs. You just stick a funnel in it, and it's a lot easier to transport it that way. So that's getting close. Okay, I've actually still got my oil kind of dripping down there. And I got some channel locks. I don't know what size this is. It looks like it says on there 25. Just some channel locks. It shouldn't be too awful tight. And I moved even though my oil is still dripping, I just kind of moved it over underneath this general area. But I don't really think hardly any oil comes out anyway, because it's already, the way it's oriented, it drains anyway. So. You can hear a little bit dripping out of there. Sounds like it's hitting the pan. So I'm just gonna flip this up. And there's your paper element, and it goes inside this plastic housing. So we'll go look at that. All right, we've got the old element here. Put it on our sacrificial cardboard. We got the new one here. Try to keep it clean. And a new O-ring, which should go right here. See if I can do that without a screwdriver. Nope, I need something to help me get it off of there. There's also an O-ring on the drain plug that I already took out, but I don't know. I've never replaced it, I don't think, and it's not leaking, so probably get by with reusing this if you wanted to, but it comes with a new one, so might as well put it on. Oh, lost a little oil there. Just make sure it's, losing more oil, seated down in that groove that is made for that. Smash our new one in there. I'm going to take a little bit of that old used oil and moisten that O-ring. Clean up a little bit of the mess I made. Our old filter in there. The old O-ring. It's kind of hard to say exactly how tight to put this on. You don't want to over tighten these, but you can kind of feel when it bottoms out. And then I usually just back it off once and then tighten it back up. Just make sure it's good and snug. It would probably be better to have, you know, a 25 millimeter socket on here to do this, but and I'm sure I have one. I'm just too lazy to go get it, and this works fine. So I think right there it kind of bottomed out. So yeah, it won't really turn it anymore. So I usually just back it off a little. And just kind of snug it up on there, not over tighten it. That's good. It's got an O-ring, doesn't need to be over tightened. So now we just need to check our oil drain below. See how that is looking. And it is just drip, drip, drip. So we'll put that drain plug back in. So I can't even see what I'm doing, partly for the sake of filming. But that's how easy it is. Stick it in there by hand, tighten it up with a flathead screwdriver. And it's just got a kind of a notch where it tightens to. I'm kind of making this unnecessarily difficult because I'm trying to film it, but that's it right there. We got our drain plug in, we got a new oil filter in. So now it's time to put new oil in. And I'm pretty sure the capacity on this is 5.7 quarts. So I'm gonna put this whole jug in there, which is 5 quarts. And then probably still need to add some. I have no funnel. I mean, I've got tons of funnels. Just don't want to use it. So I left my oil pan underneath there in the unlikely event that I spill some, but you know, generally if you're careful and take your time, you can get it. It'd be better to use a funnel. I just don't like having to clean them up. Look at that, bullseye, right in the middle. And then it's just a patience game. Don't try to do it too fast. Nice and steady. This is, I think, VW which that's just owner's manual. I mean, that's it. I don't really play around with different viscosities and trying to go up or down or whatever. I just put in there what the the owner's manual recommends, and call it good. The main thing is you don't want to get caught up in the debate about brands and oil filter stuff. I mean, a new oil filter is better than an old oil filter, and new oil is better than old. I will say full synthetic is definitely the way to go, but it doesn't matter what brand it is, it's better than the old oil. So we got 5 quarts in there. I'm gonna grab a rag, see what our fill looks like real quick. New oil is generally pretty hard to see, so you want to have this good and dry. And it is about right there, halfway up the full line, and we haven't even started the engine, so it's definitely going to take more oil. I'm going to go ahead and put more in there because it'll fill up the oil filter after we start it, and it's probably going to take another, well, it should take 3/4 of a quart. Think I can do it twice in a row without spilling it? I don't know. I have confidence in myself. It's just a geometry game, it's physics. It's gonna go down as long as it doesn't dribble along the bottle. Perfection, perfection. Now, how do you put 3/4 of a quart in? I have no idea. I'm just gonna put a little bit at a time in, and stopping is kind of hard. Let's do it quick and smooth. Now, we will see where we're at on the dipstick again. And we are just a little bit above the full line, right about here. So that's about perfect. After we start the engine, probably go back down. So put our oil cap back on. I'm gonna leave my cover off for the time being, just so I can inspect the oil filter for any leaks after I start it. We'll give it a start, let it build oil pressure, turn it off, check the oil again. We're gonna have to clean this off. And it is right there. So I still need almost 3/4 of a quart, looks like, maybe half a quart. So back we go. Don't see any leaks around the oil filter. Third time, can I do it? Oh yeah, no problem. Perfect. I don't want to overfill it, so I'm gonna take it easy. I did drop a little bit of oil on the coil there. It's hard to tell exactly where we're at. Yeah, it's still a tiny bit low. It's about right there. So I'll just give her another drink. Small. Seems about right. Let that settle for a second. Yeah, gotta wipe it off every time. It's oil kind of drains over the dipstick. Seems right. Yeah, I think I'm just right at the top of the fill line. So honestly, it's really hard to tell when you get it perfect because I don't know, it just is. But that is just right at the top, right there, perfect. There's some oil up here too, but it's just from going down the dipstick tube. So cap back on, then we'll put the plastic cover back on, and we'll need to reset the service or the maintenance required light. And I'm gonna do the air filters. Okay, it appears you're supposed to turn on your hazards, hold down the tripometer, hit the start. My key is not detected, so reset. Turn on the hazards, hold down the tripometer, hit the start button. Reset oil service, yes. The service interval was reset. Inspection duty. Okay, let's see if that did it. Inspection due. Okay, let's try that again. Reset oil change service. Respect interval. You just hold it down until it gets to the interval. So it has to go through both. Well, now it says inspection due. Turned it off and on. It seems like it's gone. Welcome. I'm turning it off. Doesn't say anything about an inspection due. So I think that reset it. On to the air filter. We got these little Torx head screws, so don't want to lose them. Not yet anyway. Not old enough to lose them. Looks like maybe you can just leave them in there. Maybe not lose them that way.
This is number 4. There's 5. Here's number 6. Hopefully that's the last one, because that's the last one I see. Let's see if that'll pop off. Yeah, 7 right here, and number 8 right there. A little bit better light.
Okay. Hopefully I don't take anything else off. No, that's perfect. Doesn't seem too bad. It's got a little few bugs and dust in there. It's orange. I wonder if that's a Fram. Made in Mexico. VW. I don't know if this is the OEM. I mean, I'm assuming this is the original air filter, but I honestly don't know for sure. Regardless, we're putting a new one in. My Amazon air filter. I mean, I'm not too worried about a premium engine air filter. Man, there's more plastic on the thing. Look at that. It's orange too. Looks different on the side, but it's the original color. Even comes with instructions. Location, 1, 2, 3. I think we can figure it out. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to torque these to manufacturer's spec, which is called Good Enough. Honestly, I am just kind of starting these, then I'll go back around and snug them. I'm sure it's not super critical on this, but it is a big piece of plastic, so it ought to go down evenly, right? See, that's another good thing about Volkswagen is, I mean, those screws, I don't think you can take them all the way out if you want to. It's perfect. You don't ever lose them. They just stay in there. So smart. Why didn't the Americans think of that? Tight. 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 Light. Tight. All right, get rid of our trash. On to the cabin air filter. Cabin air filter, honestly, I'm just going off of previous experience and assuming, is that it right there? Probably is. How do you get out of there? Or it's underneath here. Yeah, so it's back there. So I'll move this seat back. Where's the handle? Try not to dump everything out of the glove box. I'm just gonna do it anyway. Okay, I think you can see that. It is this cover right here. It's gonna be hard to hold the knife on that. Oh, it just flew off. Said I wasn't gonna break it the first time I did it. I don't think I broke anything. Oh yeah, it definitely needed to be replaced. Eugh. It's pretty grimy. It's pretty clean in there. I'm gonna make sure I know which way it is oriented. So we got these solid sides, front and back. It doesn't look like there's a top and bottom. Here's our new one, Breathe Easy cabin filter. Odor defense, activated carbon. Again, Amazon. Let's see, Spearhead BE 643. Also got Fram, Purelator, Wicks, and MicroGuard numbers. Alright, instructions, don't need them. Solid, I don't know. Oh, there it does have airflow. So, which way's the airflow? There's a fan in there. Looks like it blows. So I'm gonna say airflow is up. That. Did the old one have airflow? Oh, it does. So the airflow was pointed down. Shows how much I know. Okay. What?
I think you're working on the wrong car.
Oh, well, we'll get to working on yours pretty soon.
What happened?
I'm just replacing the cabin air filter.
Are you filming yourself?
I am.
Okay, sorry.
Alright.
Does mine have a cover?
What do you mean?
This engine has a cover, right?
Yeah, yours does too.
Oh, I'm gonna take it. Can I show you something on my phone?
Yeah, 1 second. All right, the next fun part is filling up your jug of chainsaw bar oil. I can't really see very well, but definitely funnel here and grass just in case. Last point, after you change air filters, oil filters, go in the notes on your phone. Write down the mileage and the date you did it. That way, if you're wondering, you know. I bet this is going to fill up because it's a gallon jug and I've got 5.7 quarts. Yep, there it's full. Now we get to make a mess. Put it over here with the rest of the bar and chain oil and find another jug. This one may have just enough room in it. Maybe not quite enough room. We'll find out soon enough. Of course, I can't see what I'm doing. That is a windshield washer jug, so it's clear, I can see. I'm approaching full. Still got oil left. Shoot. Let's see if any of these got any room. This one's got some room. Gambling. I'm gambling. Alright, I made it. My kitty litter box, I do nothing with it. I set it in the garage as is.